EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada, opening round coverage of the Mesquite Classic. This is going to be a compelling 4 days of golf. A lot of storylines to follow as we move through the weekend, and we take a look at the leaderboard here in round one. Victor Hovland is the leader. He's at 3 under par here as the players are just getting going. Meanwhile, our featured golfer in good form coming into this one fresh off a victory a week ago. This one's starting a little bit right. And there's a good start. That one in the fairway here to get the tournament rolling. Frank, what does the shot into this first green look like?
Well, it's back a little bit up the hill. Bunkers left and right, really the biggest concern. But a well-flighted shot to this 3-level green will be well rewarded. That second shot just ran out of fairway, but still, nice little pitch shot and a good chance to make 4 at the par 5.
Seven feet now for birdie. Oh, well, that is not what you want to see on the first hole. He's already thinking this better not be one of those days. Safely in. It's a par here at the first, and he'll stay at level par. Frank, there's so many impressive holes here at Wolf Creek, but the second really stands out.
Yeah, that tee box is at 9 stories high. It's hard to imagine you can tee up that high, and obviously trying to judge distance is one thing, but also just the visual that you get.
Frank, this is such a cool venue for a golf tournament out here in Mesquite, Nevada. What a difference from a week ago at Harbortown in South Carolina with those narrow fairways and trees everywhere. Wolf Creek looks like you can let it rip.
That's for sure. I grew up in New Zealand. We didn't have these canyons and wide open spaces, and certainly, the wildlife running around. So for me, I thought it was sort of awe-inspiring, just seeing America's beauty at its best. But you're right, dramatically different from Hilton Head.
Gonna have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. All right, good job to blast that out, but it is by no means home. Nope, that at least was a good putt that could have very well gone in, but he misses by less than a foot. Okay, so that one finished off for double bogey. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Onward to the first par 3 here at Wolf Creek, 227-yard third, uphill, so it plays a lot longer than the yardage indicates. Better to be long here than short. And he definitely could have used a little more club there up the hill, as that's going to come up short. Still work to do to get this on the green. This his second.
Well, Rich, it looked like he just took the normal club that he would have out of the fairway, but you've always got to take at least one less when it looks like a flyer lie.
A little conversation, and you've had these before, Frank, between the player and the caddy right there. Maybe they should have gone down a club.
Now a 7-footer.
This hole really taking its toll now. Okay, finished off there for double bogey. And that's going to move him back to 4 over. Here at the 4th, 383 yards from the back tee. It's a dogleg right, but Frank, looking at all of those bunkers, you could really make a mess of this hole if you stray.
You can. That's why you've got to simplify it. Just something there that's going to find the fairway. Even like 3-wood and a wedge, that's really all this hole's going to require. Avoid the canyons on the left and the desert, as well as just, I don't know how many bunkers there is on the right side. So a little bit of fairway up the left, find that there, and really, you should be looking at a birdie putt.
So after a big drive, 77 yards now for his second. Pointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on.
Maybe you look to the heavens here. That didn't need much more. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And he'll fall back now to 5 over par. We come now to one of Wolf Creek's signature holes, the 490-yard par 5 fifth. Another elevated tee. The key here is to clear the desert and creek off the tee and find the fairway. From there, reaching the green in 2 is definitely a possibility. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Okay, you like to see that. It has been a tough day, no question about it, but that is a bright spot, Frank.
Well, it was like it was raining through most of the day, and then all of a sudden the sun popped out, because this is a total change.
Nope. Nicely played. It's a birdie at the 5th. Here at the 6th, 447-yard par 4. Pretty good hole, Frank.
Yeah, probably a layup hole, too, for the longer hitters. Something out there around the 280, 290-yard mark to make sure you don't go it in the stream. Obviously, it's a dogleg right, as you can see. The canyon on both sides is sort of well-defined, so you know where not to go. Second shot plays a little bit back up the hill to a green, once again, that's anything other than flat. It's fun. You've got to make sure you get that ball on the right tier if you want to have a birdie putt here.
Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, he's looking at 116 yards to the front, 122 to the hole. And the pin, it's in the front portion of the green.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he'll remain at +4. Frank, a very short par 4 here at the 7th, but not one you're going to try to hit off the tee?
No, unless you can fly the ball sort of 300 yards on the nose and stop it within sort of 5 or 6 yards, it's really too risky. This green is not very deep, just sort of 10 or 15 yards in depth. It's just a layup hole, but layup hole it simply doesn't mean grab a club and hit it down the fairway. The best way to play it is to try and hit the ball right on the number. And where I mean by number, I mean the full shot yardage for your second shot, even if that only is a sand iron.
Yeah, went with the iron there, trying to dial back a bit with that stiff right-to-left breeze. That turns out to be the right play. So after a well-placed drive, this, his second from short range. Good soft hands. That is nicely done. This one moving left here for birdie. Nope, that's not on target, and he just hasn't been able to make much happen here. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7, and he'll remain right where he is. Par 3 8th, 248 yards down to the green. What a hole.
Yeah, maybe you put your two hands together, make a little prayer. You might make two, but make 3 here and run to the next tee. This is it's just a gorgeous par 3, but it is tough. Every bit as tough as what it is pretty, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's starting a little right. That's going to need to hold on. Oh, and that one just would not stop. It's going to skip right off the green and into the hazard. Okay, so the drop made, and this will become his third at the par 3. Oh, and he didn't hit that squarely at all. That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Okay, so that one finished off or double bogey. And that's going to drop him back down to 6 over. Finishing up the front side here at Wolf Creek with the 390-yard par 4-9. Bit of a breather here. Time to pull out the big stick and let it rip. Find the fairway, and a birdie is definitely in play. Maybe some frustrations taken out there after that last hole. It was a big swing, and it is going to be a big result. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. No, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there. Okay, a shake of the head as that one is finished off. And he'll slide a bit further here to 7 over par.
The par 4 10th. What's the right way to attack this hole, Frank?
Rich, you've got to convince yourself there's more fairway down there than what it first looks because that ridge on that right side, the desert there, blocks your view off the tee. But this fairway is just as wide as every other fairway on the golf course. A good drive, sort of 280, 300 yard plus, will always take those bunkers down the left out of play. From there, that second shot, just be aware where the flag is. If they have it in that front or middle section, this is certainly a birdie hole. Anything on the green is going to be a very sort of makeable putt. Just be careful, though, when that flag is on the back right. That's the hard position because it brings that pop bunker into play.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, that one in for a bogey here at 10. And that's going to drop him all the way down to 8 over par.
Frank, another really rugged hole. This is the par 3 11th here at Wolf Creek.
Rich, remember that book, Dead Solid Perfect? This is what this hole's all about because you must hit that tee shot solid. You've got to carry all the trouble in front of you. And remind yourself, too, there's enough green grass down there. Not necessarily green, but green grass around there. A good shot safely on the putting surface here. And this green's not too severe. But this is a fun par 3 just to look at or even at least experience.
A little too much spice on that one. That flies the green and he'll be chipping out of the rough. Second shot now here at the par 3. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll remain 8 over for the tournament.
From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th. It measures 560 yards, a sweeping dogleg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football field. It's 55 yards from the front of this green to the back of the green.
All right, that's a good shot from there. Home and 2 on the par 5. Landed it on the green. Wasn't able to get it to stop from that far away. Just on the fringe. And an outside chance of making an eagle here. "12 feet still to go." That one just going to sneak on by. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll stay right where he is. Up next, another short par 4, 350-yard, 13th here at Wolf Creek. It is a dogleg to the right. Big hitters might be tempted to cut the dogleg and go for the green. But buyer beware. Miss right, and your ball is gone. And that, I do believe, is into the bunker. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Absolutely perfect there. Down the slope. It's in for a birdie.
Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
It's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine. The round was gone at one stage, but the birdie on the previous hole plus a good tee shot, you're showing a lot of guts out there right now.
Not sure what happened there. Wrong club select. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone. Okay, pretty big swing necessary there, and that's not all that bad from that far away. Oh, man. Boy, it's been one of those days. You think the golf gods are against you. Safely in, and it's a bogey here at 14. And that won't help the cause one bit.
Now to the short par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. What is this, Frank? Just a wedge or a 9-iron?
That's all, Rich, but it's very tempting to get greedy here. And, well, you pay the price, obviously, if you miss the green on the left down on those bunkers because they're, well, a good 6-7 feet below the level of the green. But with a wedge or a 9-iron, who doesn't go aiming at the flag?
That one unable to hold the green. It'll come back into the fairway. A chance maybe to run something back there for his second. Eight-foot putt here. Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And he'll remain right where he is.
Now to the 16th hole as we get set for the finishing stretch. And Frank, what's the best way to play this relatively short par 4?
Somehow you've got to straighten the hole up in your mind's eye, Rich. Just look all the way across that canyon and look like the hole was built straight, because really that's the way it should be played. If you start looking left and turning it into a dog leg, then all of a sudden bad things can happen. So look straight at the green. That's your line. Just try and bisect those 2 fairway bunkers.
Ball appears to be sitting up here in the rough at the 16th hole. Decent lie, but you just won't be able to get it to spin. See what he can do now with this, his second shot. From the rough into the bunker, or the frying pan into the fire. Sometimes mistakes, they just have a way of compounding themselves. That one kind of took off on him. That'll happen sometimes coming out of the bunker, and that scoots right on by. Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, in for a bogey at 16. And he'll continue his slide. He is at 9 over par.
Now to the 17th, par 5 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club.
Yeah, dogleg left. Tee shot obviously has to be played short of that creek down there. It's still going to be a reachable hole, even though this hole's sort of around the 550, 560 mark. But because you've got to play short of that.
Ooh, some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch. Okay, you like to see that. It has been a tough day, no question about it. And that is a bright spot, Frank.
Well, it was like it was raining.
Oh, man, the putter is working now. That is back-to-back eagles, a rarity in the world of golf.
18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you'd think you could drive this green, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but from that distance, you'd expect to hit it close.
Good-looking drive here, right on the heels of the eagle. That is right where you want to be. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
Speed, not break, will be the issue here as it picks up momentum going down the slope.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. Okay, so that will wind up a par at the last. And that will mean this is an opening round score of 79. For the golfer we had our eye on, no other way to say it, Frank, just not a real good day out there. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Mesquite, Nevada and Wolf Creek Golf Club, live second-round coverage of the Mesquite Classic. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Our leader is Tony Finau. He's currently at 8 under. As for our featured golfer, this might be a day to work on a few things, as it will take a miracle to progress to the weekend. That is so well done. On into on this opening hole, Frank, at a good chance here for, at a minimum, a birdie to start the round.
Not often you start on a par 5, and not often you reach the green in 2 or have an eagle putt.
Here at the par 4, 445-yard second hole. Severe dogleg to the left. What's the best play here, Frank?
Well, that tee shot, Rich, is so intimidating, so you don't necessarily have to hit driver. Club decision is probably going to be important here, because if you hit driver, you've got to take it down over that left side, all over the canyon area. So if you hit 3-wood, you can play a slightly more conservative tee shot, but it is going to leave you a longer second shot to a green that's well protected on the right side by bunkers. But really, if the wind's not blowing, this is a really good, fun hole to play. Look at the vistas.
Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
109 yards left to the hole. Pin is very accessible here, right in the center of the green.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt.
That finished off for par here with the second. And he's going to stay at +5. Now to one of the toughest par 3s you're going to find at 227 yards. Just reaching the green is an accomplishment here. It's a full 90 yards uphill from the black tees to the putting surface. Yeah, and with the elevated green, he might have needed an extra club, as that won't get there. Now, from the apron, second to the par 3. Oh, missed the green at the par 3. No problem. That is in from off the putting surface for an unlikely 2. Coming now to the 383-yard par 4 fourth. Severe dogleg right. Fairway wood or hybrid off the tee might be the play here. Just make sure you avoid the series of bunkers on the right. That is so well done, just generating so much torque through the swing. High launch angle. That was just about perfect. Now from just under 100 yards, he'll stare down his second. This could be a good one.
Oh, this is an electric start. Already we're seeing birdies galore. And another great iron shot setting up another.
Oh, good run going here early. This is birdies at 3 and 4. And hopefully that can jumpstart the round, because it's going to take a good one to overcome yesterday's performance and make it through to the weekend.
Now to the par 5 fifth hole. cut it over the ridge here, Frank?
Well, if you can, if you dare. And there is actually a stream here. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but if you can clear that stream, that's the main thing. This is a crazy-looking tee shot because it looks like you want to go down that down that canyon area, but if you don't know the exact distance you fly the ball, then you're going to see you're going to be in lots and lots of problems. Those collection of 3 bunkers down the right side, as long as you can avoid that, then that second shot to this par 5, that's not overly long, it's just under 500 yards, is certainly reachable. Second shot will play uphill to a elevated green with, once again, 3 different levels.
Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Okay, that's acceptable there. 11 feet away. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And that step in the right direction. He's going to need a few more of these as we go along, as he is 2 shots outside the cut line. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the billy goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go, we all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play. Just too much juicy grass between the ball and the club face. It's always going to come up short out of that sort of light.
Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And he'll slide back now to 3 over par. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and that's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. And is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. This from about 10 feet. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll hold steady at +3. Frank, the 8th here at Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada is really the signature par 3, isn't it?
I'd go so far, Rich, to say this is a great par 3. Doesn't matter where it was played. The stream that sort of comes all the way down there and surrounds the left side of this green makes this hole really daunting. Logic would say if you're going to miss this green, obviously you'd miss it to the right, but it's just a beautiful hole. And then you put the fact that the canyon frames the whole hole itself. It's beautiful.
Oh, that is an uncharacteristic mistake in what has been a round full of precision. That ball offline, off the tee, and into the water. Okay, so now after the drop and the penalty stroke, this will become his third shot now at the par 3. Will that stop? Yes, that was not easy down the slope, but that's pretty well done. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And that's going to move him back to 4 over. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off, because you get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunk on that right side, or at least take that out of play, because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
So a breeze at his back as he readies his second to the par 4. And that'll do just fine. This will move to his right for birdie. Nope, that could have erased the bogey from the previous hole, but no dice there. And a little too much movement on that. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that's going to be a 3 under 33 on this front side. There's a lot happening on this par 4 10th at 472 yards, though it is one of the few flat tee shots here at Wolf Creek. You can see there are bunkers and a lake on the left and then the brush on the right. So you want to get this ball in play. That's important. All right, in the fairway. Now Noda, his second from the fairway.
Looking at 151 yards to the front, 155 to the hole. Tough win for a right-hander coming from left to right.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Nope. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll stay right where he is. On to the 11th hole, we're looking downhill, 215 yards to the green.
And this is one of the holes that you realize you're at Wolf Creek. You would never see this hole anywhere else in the world. It's amazing when you stand on this tee. You see all of the canyons around, but there is a little green area down there surrounded by a couple of bunkers. It's a great-looking par 3. It measures 215 yards, very playable, and you never know, today might be the day where you make birdie.
So this went downhill all the way. This will be a tough one to judge. Okay, that's good putt. It is in to save par. And he'll remain right where he is. Par 5 12th, and Frank, another reminder that Wolf Creek can really be intimidating.
It can. Water down the left. They'll take a huge dent off your scorecard. A lot of fairway down the right. Somehow find that. This par 5 can be reachable into. There's still trouble to the right of this green if you get a little bit cavalier. This, without doubt, the longest green on the golf course. It's 55 yards from front to back.
What a
good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank. Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
This only about 5 feet for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And he'll try and fight back as that scores back to 3 over par. Now to the 13th hole, and, oh, I don't know, should we just fly it over the mountains, Frank?
It looks like that, but then you better find dry land. 350 yards, but as the crow flies, it's probably just a little over 300 yards. I don't know if the mere mortals would really want to flash it across that desert ridge. You probably want to play a little left of it, have a little pitch up the hill, but if you're one of the longer hitters, why not just try it, see if you can make it.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. That really could have paid off that previous shot, but the eagle, not to be. Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And he's going to need a little bit more of that as he is still 2 shots outside the cut line on this Friday. Here we are at one of the most photographed holes at Wolf Creek. 444-yard, par 4 14th, sweeping dogleg left. Avoid the 6 bunkers hugging the left side of the fairway and enjoy the view. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
Yes, we have 140 yards left to the flag. Pin smack bang in the middle.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
He has a 12-footer here. Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, that's going to be finished off for his bogey. And that's going to drop him down the leaderboard just a bit. Now to the par 3 15th hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, this is the shortest hole on the course.
And their version of a postage stamp type hole, minus the bunkers on the right side. Green elevated, falls off as you can see down the left side. Club selection is vital, but it is such a short hole. It's very, very tempting, especially when that flag's on the left side, to still go at it. But you miss this green on the left, and you are going to be considerably lower than the level of this green.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short grass. He's been good all day around the greens. This is second. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, a bogey here at the 15th. And that won't help the cause one bit. Short par 4, 16th hole, measures only 393 yards. But Frank, as is the case with pretty much every hole, despite the yardage, there's plenty of trouble.
It does. It plays tricks on the mind's eye here. It looks like it's a dog leg going one way, then back the other way. But really, it's built as a straight hole just across the canyon. And that's the way you've got to play it. I don't think you can drive the green, even the longest hitters at 393 yards, but just a nice drive down there. Take the bunkers on, get it past there, and before you know it, you've got a little wedge in here, and it should set up nicely for a birdie.
So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Okay, that'll be a par here at 16, and he'll remain at +4.
Frank, you licking your chops here at the par 5, 17th hole?
Oh, why not? A chance to reach a par 5 and 2, but there's still pitfalls in front of you. A little creek or stream runs across the fairway, so really limiting the distance you can hit that tee shot, but it's still reachable from just short of that creek. Find trouble off the tee, then obviously you turn it into a 3-shotter, but a good tee shot, and it's too tempting to resist not going for this green.
And this, a tee shot that fits the eye, and that'll be just fine. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5.
Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there, and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. That's a half a ball away from going in. Very well read.
Nicely done. A birdie finished off here at 17. Will certainly help the cause.
Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only 307 yards. Frank, where's the trouble here?
Short and to the right of this par 4. Really, there's a multitude of options off this tee. You could hit an iron, you could hit a fairway wood. Even some might try and hit a driver, but you know, that's a little too risky. There's too many problems up ahead if you try and take this hole on. Really, a short club off the tee, leaving yourself some area of 100, 70 yards, and you're going to be putting for birdie more often than not.
It's looking good. What a spectacular shot that was. We'll have a look at eagle. 1 eagle on the card already. This for a second. Oh yeah, second eagle of the day. This one coming here at 18. And that will be a big improvement from round 1. It is a second round 66. Well done. So that's where this tourney will end for our featured golfer. Their 2-round score falling outside the cut line.
And if you focus on anything other than that, then you're doing yourself a disservice. It happens. Believe me. Move on.
Till next time, for our entire cast and crew, I'm Rich Lerner. This has been a presentation